Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Gemini, Sun, Moon or Rising, and it's the weekly reading for the week of July 8 to 14. Your cards this week, Gemini, energies leaving, completing or transitioning. We have the Devil. Focused energies this week, you have the Four of Pentacles clarified with the Six of Swords. We have the Ace of Swords, the beautiful omen coming in towards the end of the week. So Gemini, recent past, we have Devil energy. So it's great that this is in your recent past and it's the energy that you are transitioning out of. And I do see the progression here to something much brighter and much more in your power, which is excellent. So Devil energy, now what kind of situation could this be? Well, it will be different for many of you. But, if you see in the card here how the Devil has these bat wings, it kind of indicates like this energy is almost like a predatory energy that has the ability to literally suck your life force, to sort of suck you dry of energy, of enthusiasm, of zest for life. Now, Devil energy is those situations that kind of hold you bound in some way. It's almost like a self-imposed bondage. So you can see these characters at the front of the card are shackled here, shackled to the black box of the Devil, but their shackles are actually loose enough that they could actually get them over their head and leave the situation if they wanted to. So what kind of situation would you leave yourself shackled to? Well, it could be a codependent relationship. So even though you know it's not right, you are still getting something out of it, and that's why you choose to stay. It could be an addiction, drinking too much, overeating, undereating, because that serves you in some way. Or it could even be, like a gambling issue, something to do with your finances. It could be a toxic relationship, a toxic friendship, toxic, interactions with a family member. But in some way, maybe that makes you feel a sense of power. Something like that. It's a situation that is no good, but you are getting some kind of kickback from it. And that's why you've chosen to stay bound to it. However, with the Devil energy in your recent past, Gemini, I feel like now is the time that you're saying, okay, well, I've had enough of this. It's time to free myself of it, because you know that it's keeping you shrouded in the darkness. You really can't move forward into lighter and brighter times while you are, under the hypnotic spell of this Devil energy. It's time to free yourself. So the shackles are coming off this week. So focus energies here, we have the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. So here I think we see you actually making the move away from this Devil energy and actually sort of processing that. So Four of Pentacles in this situation, it can be sort of said to be the miser card and to do with physical finances. I don't really see it in this way in this reading. I really feel it's about a sense of clinging to the past, and that's devaluing your future. So I think it really is an extension of this Devil energy. It's not easy to change. It's not easy to move away from something that, even though it was toxic, it was serving you in some way with some kind of payoff. So we see like a temptation here to cling on to that because it's all that you've really known, and you've sort of built a foundation around it. You've built a certain amount of your personal stability around this situation. However, by, like I said before, by clinging to that past, you are sort of devaluing your sense of self-worth and your ability to move forward. So that's what we need to really, break free from this week. Now, we have it clarified with the Six of Swords, so I do feel that you will be doing that, because the Six of Swords is all about making a regretful rite of passage, which is very fitting for this reading, because it says that there is a slight sense of grief or sadness or disappointment at having to move on. But we know that we must do that in order to move on to, calmer waters, to, more calm emotional times, or in this particular instance, to walk towards the light. Now, the reminder with the Six of Swords, if possible, is to leave your swords on the shore, or, and don't take them in your vessel. If you're, in the rider version of this card, it's a boat, and they have all the swords in the boat. So it's kind of like that indication of, moving on, but the person is taking a certain amount of remnants of the past or baggage with them. You know, there really is a reminder here to leave the past in the past, to not cling on to it, to not let that devalue your future by bringing that in and allowing that to tarnish it, to allow that to be, you know, a veil or a filter for your future. So try and keep the past in the past and move on to a much brighter time. Walk into the light. And that is exactly what we have here, Gemini. I'm so pleased to see the bookend of your reading is beautiful and light and bright. We have the Ace of Swords clarified with the Knight of Wands. So beautiful. I see towards the end of the week that you start moving swiftly towards your power, towards your personal power. Ace of Swords, air sign energy. I think this is you, Gemini. Literally, you know, putting your crown back on, coming back into your sense of self-worth, coming back into your power, feeling good about yourself again, picking up your sword of power, being able to take action again where maybe in the past you felt quite stuck. So we have that supported with that Knight of Wands, which is fire sign energy. This could be a fire sign, so Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, that somehow helps you along the way in this part of your journey, or it could just be you tapping into your Knight of Wands energy, which is, you know, your ability to take action, to be inspired, to feel passionate again, to feel adventurous after a period of being stuck in the dark. That's exactly what that could be. This Ace of Swords also can be a revelation, you know, really seeing the situation for what it is, which helps you move forward even quicker. Because sometimes when we're in a situation, we choose not to see the truth, we choose not to see everything, so that we have that sense of being okay with being stuck in it. The Ace of Swords comes in to reveal truths, to allow you to see with clarity. So that's exactly what could be happening this week. And yeah, I do see you moving forward in a much brighter direction, and swiftly as well. I think as soon as it starts, you start getting your momentum, you're just going to get on that horse, and you know, you're going to be moving on quickly from this. With the Ace of Swords as well, there is that element of divinity and, you know, being guided through that. So I think there will be some support from the universe in terms of, you know, once you start making this move, changing this energy, moving away from that devil vibe, you know, the universe will support you in that. There might be help that comes in with that fire sign or other signs and symbols that you might recognize. And that's the universe's way of saying, you know, you're on the right track, you're on the right path, you're moving towards the light, and you'll get that reassurance. So Gemini, I think we'll leave it here this week. Just keep in mind that it is a general reading. It won't resonate for every Gemini out there. And I'll see you at the same place next week for another reading.